Hello, 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 good people. Hello, good people. I am Dr. Hollie Kelly, and this is Dr. Kelly's perspective for Wednesday, November 6th. We are moving along. Oh my goodness. When you see the calendar continue to tick, tick, tick away, and you know you've got stuff that is due and that you're responsible for making happen in a short time, and the calendar keeps creeping closer and closer, there either you're gonna either you're gonna stress out, or there will become a sense of urgency quicker and sooner rather than later. So let's stay out of the overwhelmed zone. Good morning for all who are jumping on, and good afternoon. Okay, so listen, I was in a session yesterday, and I heard something that I was completely unfamiliar with. So Maya Angelou, hey, Ira Kelly, and my sister. Um, Maya Angelou said, when you learn, teach. So I just think this is powerful, so powerful. I entitled this the Apple test or the Apple experiment, and I'm not talking about Microsoft or Apple, a literal apple. Um, Lapointe, Patrice. Oh, I hope I am not Danielle Lapointe. Did this experiment with words, and listen to me, because this is about the power of words. Okay, so we know academically in the back of our brains somewhere, we know that if you speak life to children, in particular to people, you get a good result. They believe in themselves, they're encouraged, they're strengthened, they believe they can go on, they know they can do it, and it turns out well. We also know that when we speak negatively and we tear down people with our mouths, or tear down marriages, you can tear down companies with the things that spew forth out of here, good or bad, positive or negative. We know that back here, and yet sometimes we allow habit, we allow impatience, we allow experience, and well, it worked, this is how I was raised kind of thing, to dictate what we do with this. This little Apple experiment, the Apple test, blew me away. Again, some of you may be familiar with it. I was not. So, hey, JB, where in the world is JB on the globe today? Where are you coming from? um, this woman and her 7-year-old son at the time took one apple, sliced the apple in half, and put each half in a jar and tighten the lids on the jar, put them in the windowsill. And the experiment was for 30 days, they were going to speak life to this apple and going to speak death to this apple. And what I mean life and death, for life, they were speaking encouraging. Oh my goodness, you're the most beautiful apple. Oh my goodness, how fantastic are you? Your coloring is great, and you're a smart apple. I can just look at you and tell. He's still in Tokyo. So they spoke life and positivity and encouragement to the one half. The other half that was in another sealed jar, they spoke mean, insidious, violent, just ugliness and death. In essence, you're the stupidest apple. I don't even know how you could exist. What in the world? You could never do anything right. You never do anything right. You're going to rot. That's all you were designed to do. So they spoke those positives and negatives, that life and that death, to an inanimate object. There's no life. There's no lungs that are breathing. There's no feelings, there's no emotions in an apple. It is an inanimate object that was sliced in half and put in jars. And do you know, at the 28-day mark, because they sort of lost track of the 30, within 28 days, and if you pull it up if you ask Dr. Google for it, it will show you the apples, but the apple that was being spoken negatively, and death and violence and rude, was already, it was molded, it was It was shredding away. It was wrinkling up. It was literally, you could literally see the difference. The apple that had life spoken to it was still alive and fresh. And you know what I mean by live? It hadn't begun to rot. And the reason this was so powerful to me is because we know, like I said, in the back of our minds, we know experientially that when people speak life into us, when they believe in us, when they encourage us, when they make us think that we can do it. I'm telling you, I grew up believing I could do anything I put my mind. I believed that because I was told that. I believed it. I slightly tweak it now that you can be anything that God designs you to be. Anything you will. So yes, they respond. So that was the whole thing, to actually see the rotting apple, to actually see and to see its counterpart still fresh. It was just mind-boggling to me. So I'm translating that as a reminder, probably would be a wonderful experiment to do with young people in particular. But just translating it to you as a reminder, the power that our words have in the lives of those around us, our family, our spouses, our children, our adult children, our co-workers, our friends. It matters. It matters, and it makes a difference. It makes a tremendous difference. So, I just want to challenge you today to think about the Apple experiment. And listen, I don't live in Disney World, okay? I don't live in Disneyland, meaning everything that happens in life is not positive. And there are some things that people need to hear that are hard, that are difficult to swallow, that will sting them. But I also know at the same time, you can deliver a very hard truth in a way that does not break down a person, that does not tear away at their personhood, that does not leave them feeling worthless. I know that can be done. You can correct somebody. You can chew somebody up one side and down the other because they did something that was just flat out stupid without impacting their person. Without impacting their personhood. So I am not advocating, no, she just wants us to tiptoe around and be, rainbows and lollipops. No, I want you to recognize, I want you to keep at the forefront of your mind that this has power. The word was very clear. Proverbs 18:21. There is death and life in the power of the tongue. The entire universe was created with words. So our words have power. Our words have power. And it doesn't, even to a dog, even to animals, the way we say things matters. The way we say it. Is there venom in your tone? Okay, so I thought that was so powerful, and I wanted to share that with you, the Apple experiment, Lapointe, and Laporte, 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 Danielle. So you can look it up, you can pull it up. Even if you don't, you still know that there's truth in that, just experientially, just walking through life, you know that. Okay, that is my offering for you today. Make this a wonderful Wednesday. And since for the entire month of November, we are on the lookout for an opportunity to be grateful, to show our gratitude, make this a wonderful Wednesday for someone else. Okay, until next time, take real good care of yourselves.